Today, from GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Kansas City Chiefs taking on the visiting team.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be our visitors taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home. And they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
Well, in prep for this one, it was fun talking with the defensive staff because they had to review last week's game tapes where he threw for over 400 yards. And they started ho-humming that performance. And finally, you said he threw for over 400. That's got to be significant. That's why he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
They better be careful what they wish for ho-humming. He might do it again here in this one. Up past the 30, second down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. They'll come out in a four-receiver look. Three men to the right side on 2nd and 6. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They've tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they've been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9th and sometimes even a 10th to try and stop them from running the ball.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down. Back to throw. Watkins. Forced out to his left. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown pass. And he only had the 1 TD pass in that game, so he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Following the fumble recovery, Overstreet. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw on 3rd down, Overstreet. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Watkins. And the Chiefs are going to get him. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Watkins. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Throwing on 1st down. Watkins escaping the pressure right. That's caught by Ked, the 20. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Touchdown! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Egyptians are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
On 1st and 10, Overstreet. And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. On 1st down, Overstreet. He finds Parker. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Out of the gun to give to Spears. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. When you look at this defense, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessful.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces, because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. This is caught. It's Woods. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Back to throw. Watkins. Right side complete. That's Woods. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Looking to throw. Watkins looking for Woods again, and he finds him. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to get it done.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Back to throw again. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And now here comes Kansas City. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Overstreet. Looking middle, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Overstreet. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. He'll return it from the 6. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Now a play fake here. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To throw again. Watkins flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. They'll send the tight end in motion. To throw on 3rd down. Watkins. That is caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Watkins. For Marshall, that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Off play action. Watkins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
And on 2nd and goal, they decide to throw it again, and this result is even worse. They take a sack. On 1st down, it was simply an incomplete pass. Not a good first 2 plays, beginning with 1st and goal.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Egyptians will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive goes 8 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first down. Overstreet. And this is caught by Martin. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he is out of bounds here on the return. A final shot before break. Watkins. He finds his man, complete. That's Marshall. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Overstreet. And incomplete on the deep ball. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here and getting him going.
Yeah, you have to believe.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. Now he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. More than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to try and run, and he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score. Game.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Looking to throw. Watkins looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up and that one was picked off.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. And here's a give to Spears. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down at a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Warner. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the one. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Looking to throw on second down. Overstreet. Parker's got it. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have scored again in this third quarter. This time to move out in front.
Well, Charles, I think you and I both agree these guys were outplayed in that first half, and the scoreboard reflected that, but they've come out since halftime. They look like a different team.
And it makes you wonder what was said and done in that locker room, because they've made some nice adjustments and they're executing better. I think they got some fiery guys on that sideline that had a few things to say at the half, and now they've come out with a vengeance.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. A big one.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
And that's going to be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throw left side complete. That's Woods. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll look to throw again. Rifling one complete into the hands of Marshall. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Egyptians have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Throwing to start the drive. Overstreet. That'll be caught by Parker. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Operating from the gun, Overstreet. And it's complete to Martin. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's complete to Parker, left side. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly positioned built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They go play action here on first down. And Martin's got it complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Now a give, right side. It's Warner. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Back to throw. Overstreet. This complete to Martin. And a lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Hand off to Spears.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Chiefs have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
They'll try and run it here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Off the play fake.
Watkins, pass complete. He's got Wood streaking across the field. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Here's 2nd down.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Oh, they took a big shot there for the end zone, and if he finds a way to come up with it, that might be your game winner. But it was not to be. The coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run.
Still on his feet. Inside the 10.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Extra point try now for Moody.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 12, 53 ticks to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Looking to throw. Watkins escaping the pressure right. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Off play action. Watkins. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's third down. No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Chiefs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. During the break, Charles, remember they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Kansas City, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.